Season 51, War number 5, and we're up against the Arab heroes. And this time my team will be Venom, Vox and Shocker. I will be taking Patch 6 in Section 1, Patch 6 in Section 2, an Onslaught, Arcade, Prowler and Quicksilver miniboss, along a Mysterio boss that I will be taking with Venom. So overall, quite a few fights for both Venom and Vox, so this one's gonna be a fun and a pretty quick war as well. But starting off here we have a Storm Pyramid X on the Combat Issue Prowess and Spiked Armor node, and I will be taking this fight with Shocker. Shocker cannot land critical hits, so the Spiked Armor node does nothing, and then the Prowesses here, well, they are just gonna help me ramp up faster. Essentially the plan is to just get the special 2, throw it and nuke the fight, but overall you can pretty much do anything here as long as you don't eat the Storm's specials, and you should be just fine. Now, Shocker being awakened is the key to him ramping with the prowesses. It's not really needed for any of the fights I'm taking today, but it is nice to have, and it does make things quicker, especially for these prowess nodes. So single special 2 there into a heavy attack and the fight is down. Very simple, and Shocker is quite a powerful champion, though he just doesn't get too much use. For my war videos he basically has a single fight every now and then on the Onslaught, which he will be taking today as well, but other than that he's just kinda on the bench or a synergy for Silk. Then here we have a Scorpion on the critical setup node along with aggression prowess, and I'm taking the fight with Venom, and the fight is done. That's about all there is to say about that one, and yeah, as I was saying, Shocker is a very potent champion, but he's just not assigned all that much, and I'm not exactly sure why either. But regardless, this war, he does have a few more fights instead of just the Onslaught. So here we have a Bishop on the Prowess build up Unblockable and Superior Specials node, and I'm taking the fight with Shocker. Now this is a very scary one, I have to say, because the 200% prowess this guy has, it's gonna hurt a lot if you eat specials or even just block them. On top of that, Shocker is not immune, nor does he have any way to deal with the Incinerate debuffs on Bishop Special 1. So if he throws that, I am in a bit of trouble. Plan is to just push him to his special 2s and then not screw up a dex. I would much rather just block the special 2 even with the 200% prowess than screw up the dex and die because of it. However, now I have invalidated that prowess, so it is no longer a problem. Even with that though, blocking the special 2 still hurts, so I will have to use some potions, but at the very least I didn't die because of a dumb screw up like missing a dex on it. Fight goes down with the special 2, not really an ideal way to take it. Usually you probably should just use an advanced power boost, special 1, special 2 heavy, and that would be done, but I figured slower and safer would be the way to go. And then we have a Spider-Ham here on the Prowess build up Unblockable and passively special node, and well, it's a Spider-Verse hero with Venom, so you can probably guess how this fight's gonna go. And yeah, he's just melting. I have the clarity up, so the auto block is dealt with completely. His evade, well, Venom would shut that down anyways, and well, that's about all there is to it, I guess. I did still avoid standing around with a bar of power so he wouldn't get any nonsense, just so I wouldn't get the power sting debuffs on myself when hitting him while stunned. But that's about all there is, or that's about all I had to do myself in that fight. Other than that, Clarity and Venom's kit just handles everything else, really. And then next up we have the good old Onslaught on the Ebb and Flow knockdown and right back at it miniboss node, and I will be taking the fight with Shocker. Game plan is the same as always. Build up the special 2 with full ramp up, drop the special 2 to remove the event flow protection, and then just charge up a full heavy attack, drop the heavy, and the fight is done, even if this guy is at full health. So for ramp up, well, the aggression prowess node will help with that, but I will still be using my special 1 here to speed things up a little bit. It really isn't necessary. You can just build up the special 2 and then dance around a bit and wait for the prowesses to ramp you up. But I'm not doing that because, well, I don't really have a reason. That's probably the smarter way to do it, but as we already know by now, I'm not very smart sometimes, so yeah, slower it is. Now if my Shocker was maxing, for example, then using the special 1 is fine since it wouldn't cost any power, but here it essentially just makes the fight slower. But again, it's just an Onslaught. Everyone here has fought so many Onslaughts by now that it's not really too difficult to deal with. Got a full ramp up here, special 2, got the knockdown, charge it up and drop the heavy and the fight will be done. And as I was saying, everyone here already knows how to dex this guy's special 1. It's not too difficult, and it's all you need to do to beat him. Now, next up we have a fight that I was slightly worried about. An arcade on the Power Focus 2 and Scared Stiff mini-boss node, and I'm taking the fight with Venom. The issue with this one is the bubble shield node as well. So against arcade you always want to bait the special 2, which you usually do by blocking and baiting heavy attacks for openings while he has a bar of power. However, doing so also means you're going to be blocking some hits here and there, and that means the bubble shield node will be a problem that you need to keep an eye on. Essentially, as soon as it hits the number 10, I need to dex the next hit that would land to consume the unblockable he gets. And that's easier said than done. If you set it up properly, sure, it's fine, but if you're in the middle of getting a full combo, like right here, dexing out of the actual unblockable hit is not always possible. Here I managed to do it perfectly, which I was happy about, and the fight went down very quickly, since I got lucky with my first buffs starting the fight. And still, that fight can go a little bit worse, especially if the special 2 is timed wrong with the bubble shield. If it's unblockable, you're gonna have to dex it, and I personally have not practiced it, so probably would not have gone too well. Anyways, next up we have a Prowler on the Aspect of Evolution mini-boss node, and I'm taking the fight with Venom. And yeah, this is just me not being smart once again. And I completely forgot that Prowler is immune to bleed. I was meant to take the fight with Vox, that's what I had planned for, but just right before going into the fight I figured I might as well just melt it with Venom and save Vox for the Quicksilver after this. So yeah, not very smart by me. With Vox you just get the special 2, you get the Vigilance buff, and that allows you to completely bypass the Falter or the miss mechanic, and then you can get your openings by baiting and punishing special attacks. However, I can't do that with Venom, so I have to block bait hits or block bait heavy attacks and land intercepts, and that's about all the openings I can get. Definitely made the fight a little bit trickier than it needed to be, but even then it is only a 6-star Prowler and I'm using a rank 3 7-star fully boosted Venom. The fight wasn't bad, but that's not what I was supposed to do. So here, while I'm waiting for a teammate to place a White Magneto pre-fight on the next fight, I went ahead and healed Venom, since I will still need him for the Mysterio boss. Honestly, I probably didn't even need to use the potions, and you'll soon see why, but better safe than sorry. So now here we have a Quicksilver on the Combat Show Prowess and Conflictor mini-boss node, and I will be taking the fight with Vox. Game plan is to just build up to a special 3, and well, at that point the fight is almost over, I guess. Essentially I'm just doing parry and few hits to build up my buffs, as well as the clarity, though with Voxes, well, all of those buffs, keeping it up is not an issue. But anyways, the plan is to just build up all of Vox's corrupted buffs, and get the special 3, and then just drop it. The special 3 damage that this guy has is insane, and he never loses the ramp up. If you use special 3, well, the next special 3 is just gonna hit even harder, and it'll keep ramping up until you have all the corrupted intensifies that you can have, and then it's just permanent 500,000 special 3s over and over, and it's pretty stupid, honestly. But now, the Cosmic Power Back boosts are essentially the game plan here. So special 3 Cosmic Power Back boosts get you close to another one, then a few combos, and another special 3, the fight is done. You can essentially do this against most nodes on the map to take them without needing to worry about juggling the degen debuffs or your own buffs. It's a very simple way to play him, but personally I prefer juggling the degens. It's just more satisfying to me. But the special 3 strat, it is very safe, and I would recommend using recoils if you ever decide to do so. Then we have the final fight of the war, the Mysterio boss that I will be taking with Venom, and this one's a fun one. Basically any boss I end up taking with Venom, they are always fun. However, this is just my luck. I end up starting the fight with 3 of the worst buffs possible, and that's gonna make the fight a lot slower than it could be. Had I started with precisions, well, this guy would probably already be at 50% health. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but not really. And yeah, I just go for a special 2 here instead of the usual special 1 spam. Reason being, I just wanted to reroll the buffs, since they were completely useless for me. And now, the luck is starting to turn around. I get that precision up, so now my hits will inflict bleeds a whole lot more than they used to. Rather, I'm gonna be landing crits, which is gonna be landing more bleeds, but you get the point. And now, you can just play aggressive, push into a special 2 here. I'm not planning on baiting it, I'm just gonna throw the striker, get another opening with it, build up the special 2, throw it, and just nuke the rest of the fight. Even with the horrible buff RNG at the start, the fight lasted just about a minute. And as for the results, we did end up winning the war 18-5. It was a bit of a mismatch, but considering the horrible start we had for the season, I'm not mad about it.